All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. This is Megan, aka Simply Simmer, and tonight we're going to be building the Halliwell Manor from Charmed. I wanted to start out by saying that this is actually live and it's not pre recorded, so if you have any questions or anything that you'd like for me to cover in a little bit more detail, make sure to let me know in the comments and I can answer you back. Or even if you just want to say hi, that works too. There is about a 30-second delay from the time that I actually talk to the time that it comes through YouTube, so make sure to keep that in mind. And I promise I'm not ignoring anyone. Also, I just wanted to take this time to let you know that I will be making a stop motion of this once it's all completed. So if you'd like to see it once I have it uploaded, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so that you don't miss it or any of my other videos. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and get started. So prior to the live stream, I did put together a small shell of the house since it's usually the general layout that's the hardest part. And the lot that I picked is in Windenburg, and it's actually the Dresden house lot where the Friars family lives. But I evicted them and I bulldozed everything, so it's a completely fresh lot. So let's go ahead and jump on in here. All right, so what we have so far, and I mean, this is just a shell. I haven't really done anything other than the general exterior. So I have just kind of the stairs that are leading up to the house. And then this spot right here, this is going to be the driveway that's next to the house. And then I think there's actually another driveway over here. So we'll get to that soon. And then just right around the corner here, there's another door. Like, this is the front porch over here, and then there's a little side door over here. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me go ahead and pull up Netflix, and I had a couple pictures that I had pulled up as well, just to kind of reference them all. So let me get these pulled up on my other screen here. Alrighty. Well, it would help if this would load. All right, there it's going. Okay. So I want to kind of start with the exterior here. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll start by changing the color of the house. So it's definitely that red, like almost like a dark maroon color. So we'll go ahead and go down into the siding. And something that I always like to do is I always use this filter items option over here, and I select the colors so then I can get something as close as possible to what I'm looking for. So I do think, just kind of because I already know the general options that there are for siding, they do have on this option here, it has this white edge on it on all the corners, and that's exactly what they have in on the house as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And then the roof, now what I have so far is just kind of a start. This can definitely change as we're going through. So the roof is actually a darker color than this gray. I think it's closer to black. So we'll go ahead and change that. We're going to cancel out this filter. And let's see, it looks like it's just kind of, the shingles are correct on here, but they just need to be a little bit darker. So we'll go ahead and clean those up just a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and finish out this siding. And feel free, if there's anything on here that I'm missing, feel free to let me know in the chat, and I will make sure to get everything as accurate as I can. I used to watch Charmed a lot when I was a kid. I mean, I think this came out in 2005 or 2006, and I used to be a super fan, but it's been so long since I've actually watched it that I hardly really remember anything. I was kind of watching a couple episodes just to kind of get a general feel of it again, but it was really surprising how much I didn't remember about this show. So make sure to let me know if I'm getting anything wrong, but I think I can do a pretty good job of it. So the foundation here, I'm trying to find a good picture of it. It looks like it's potentially brick. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. This might change later. It's kind of hard to tell from the pictures that I'm looking at. I'm just looking at some Google pictures of the exterior. So if you think that that's different than this red brick, let me know in the comments and we can definitely adjust as we go. Alrighty. So another thing that they have on this front porch here, they do have like little spandrels that are coming down around the edges. So I want to try to create that. It looks like it's kind of this like Victorian spandrel. It's kind of got these lines going through it. I think this is going to be the best option. This came with the vampires pack. So yeah, let's go ahead and place that here. And then it's also on this other little side porch over here as well. So we'll go ahead and add that in. Now, this part right here, just above the front porch, it looks like we've got like a little bit of a fence and then some roofing that goes around the fence and then around this front section here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the fences, and it looks like it's kind of a lower fence as well. So I think this one's pretty low, and then we want to go here. Oh. Okay. This might need to be drug out a little bit further because it looks like this is not very large, and this is kind of a big prominent part of the front of the house. Alrighty, so I'm just going to kind of look through a couple other pictures just to see if I can maybe get a better angle of this from what I'm looking at. And I'm just looking on Google right now. Okay, so I think I actually may have found a little bit better of an angle here. So I'm just going to leave this as is for now, but we'll probably come back and change it. So let's go ahead and for this edge, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to select this half-hipped roof. I'm just going to place it up here for now. We're going to resize it. So we're going to make it to where it's just one little column or row wide. And then we're going to rotate it so then it lines up along with this fence. Now, the fence does go up higher than the roof. So we're going to use this top arrow and just kind of drag it down a little bit. We might need to select a taller fence, actually. And it's not even seeing the fences there anymore. So we'll have to adjust that as well. So then we're going to, if you missed what I just did there, so I'm clicking on this roof portion, and then there's a little copy icon just above. So you can click on that. We're just going to kind of place it, rotate it, and then we can click and drag it over a little bit more. Okay, so the fence that was there is actually completely gone now. So we'll definitely need to go back in and fix that. So let's go ahead. I think it might have been too short. Maybe not. It doesn't like that at all. Okay. Well, maybe we can do a half wall. This is always one of the most difficult parts, is trying to find something that the game will like. So, okay, so it's going to like a half wall. So I'm wondering if it'll let us put a fence down in place of that. And it's not looking very promising. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just drag this out a little bit. And this part here as well. So it's going to be kind of jutting out a little bit, but that's okay, because then we'll be able to put that fence down. I think it just doesn't like having a fence right up against the edge of this roof. Okay. So we'll actually go ahead and get rid of this half wall, because it's not a half wall that's there, it's a fence. So let's go ahead and try this now. Oh, and it won't let us put it right up against it. Okay, so that's going to look a little wonky. So I'm trying to think of a way to make this work. Let's see here. Maybe we'll pull this out just a little bit more. It's going to kind of look a little floaty, but that might just be what we have to work with. So we'll try this. We'll have to just kind of adjust things and come back and look at it again, and I don't know. Actually, I'm curious about something, and I'm really sorry if my keyboard is super loud. Let's see here. I'm gonna try typing in. I want to make sure that my cheats are all turned on. So I use bb.show_hidden_objects, and then I use bb.show_live_edit_objects, and then I also use bb.move_objects_on. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe that will help at all. So we're just going to try pulling this up against that fence again. Hopefully this will do the trick. And it didn't. Okay. All right. Well, we might have to... I know I've made this work before on something else. I think it was my Rick and Morty build. They had something very similar to this above the... above one of the windows in that house. So actually, I'm curious. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to do a half wall again because we know that the half walls will work. So let's try this. I'm actually going to make this just a little bit lower. And then they have these little roof or half wall trims. Let's see. Maybe we'll make this just a little bit shorter still. I think this is going to be the winner. Okay. Yeah, that's looking much better. Okay. And then this, actually, we're going to drag across. There is like a window that pops out on each of these, so we'll go through and adjust that in just a minute too, but I think we finally figured this little section out. So ultimately what I ended up doing was I put the shortest half wall, and then I used the roof trim or not the roof trim, the half wall trim. And this half wall trim that I used, it actually comes with the Dine Out pack. So if you have that pack, you'll be able to kind of make this work as well. Okay, so that part was pretty interesting to figure out. So let's go ahead and move on to the windows and the doors. Okay, and I just clicked something and I lost my picture that I had pulled up. Okay, there we are. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the front door. So I'm just gonna go down on these levels here, and I'm gonna find some columns. It looks like they've got some pretty fancy columns right around this front porch area. All right, I'm trying to find a really good picture, trying to see if I can find something that's really close up. So let's see here. Just clicking on a couple different options. All right, I think I've got, this is actually, I'm looking at a picture on Wikimedia.com, and I think this is probably going to be the best bet for what we've got going here so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and find something. We're going to use the filter to pick out a white column, and they're pretty ornate. So let's see. I think this one is a little too thick. They're more circular than square. So let's see here. This one's pretty close, but I want to see if maybe we can find something with like a few more designs in the column itself. I think this one might actually be the winner. It's a little square, but I think from what I'm looking at, I think that they've got a little bit of square on here. Oh, and lovely Lapras, yes, you're right. I do need to change the color of that little section there. So we're going to make it match the roof of everything else that we had. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. So we're going down again. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this column here. And then we're going to select this one again, and we're just going to place it here. I think it's on this back section as well. So we'll go ahead and pull this up. And then I missed this little section of the foundation. So I'm going to go back and fix that up. Okay. This is looking pretty good so far, I think. And actually, on this new picture that I'm looking at, this does not extend straight across. This actually ends right here at the edge. So we're going to go ahead and add on these window sections here. And it looks like they're actually squares that are coming out. Thank you, lovely Lapras. I'm pretty excited about this too. I think this is looking really good so far. So let's see. What I'm gonna start with, because I was kind of thinking about maybe using a window that kind of like already juts out to begin with. Like they've got some from the Get Together pack like this that kind of stick out. But as I'm looking at these pictures, it actually looks like it's a square and not kind of like a rounded edge. So I'm gonna pull this out from the building itself, or from the house itself. I think we're going to do 4 wide, and we'll do this twice. So we'll go ahead and use this copy option again. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just fill this in with the siding that we already have. Now, something about this siding, it does put these little edges on big corners, but as you're seeing here, it's not putting these white corners on, so we'll have to go back in just a little bit and we'll have to put some white columns on the edges just to kind of make it all uniform. And then we're going to fill in the foundation as well. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and find a good window here. Let's see. I think I love these windows that came with the Moschino pack, but I think they're a little bit, they're the perfect size, like height-wise, but I think they're too modern for this house. So let's see here. Well, okay, I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of help narrow it down, is I'm going to filter it by black, because it looks like the edges of the windows are black. So let me take a quick drink here. Hi, Sam. How are you? All right. So we are going to look through all these black options. I think I'm also going to add in a gray filter as well. And then, because it kind of looks like it could potentially be like a dark gray color. Let's see here. This is a possible contender. We'll see about this. I'm going to leave it there for now, but we might change it out. And the thing about this window, this came with the Seasons pack, and there's actually, as you can see down here, there's a lot that look very similar to it. So I like using packs or windows that come in a specific pack that have like a whole set of windows, so then they match all the way around. I love gray too, Tom. Tom is actually my husband, so if you see him commenting down in the comments, that's my husband. He's my #1 fan. Yes, Sam, I am really excited about Charmed. This one was actually, it was voted as the most requested build on my Facebook page. So I think I ended up having like over 300 votes for this one. So I think it was a pretty popular choice here. Yes, Tom, you have been busted. All right, I think out of all these options, these large naughty windows that came with the Seasons pack, that's going to be the winner. So I'm going to, for some reason, this edge right here is kind of looking a little goofy to me. I don't know, it just doesn't really match up properly. Maybe if I drag it out this way a little bit. I think that looks a little bit better. we might change this in a little bit. And then we're going to recreate this again by adding this. It looks like they've got a little bit of a roof in between these two windows. So I'm going to add this here. I think they're just going to kind of go right up against the end here. And then we're going to copy it goes right around the sides of this as well. Okay. It's being picky. All right, we'll drag this out just a little bit here. Okay, this is not liking me right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to drag this out just so then the roof pieces line up. And then we're going to copy this and put it on this other side here too. And we'll turn it around. We'll drag it out this way and then bring it back in. And then we're going to drag this one here. And then they all line up and it's very uniform. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. It's still coming together. We need to figure out the roofing situation on this. I'm thinking that this little piece that sticks out, we might need to actually bring this in because I'm looking at these pictures and there's definitely some edge on the back side. So let's see. We'll just play with it. We might change it back again. Let's see. We'll pull this in because these two pieces here right above the front door and leading up to this little section here, that they're not connected. So I know I had this before and it kind of looked goofy. Maybe once we have everything put together, it'll look a little bit more normal, I guess. So let's go ahead and pull these in. I believe there's actually an update coming soon that you can click and drag windows, kind of like with the Move Objects cheat, how you can press and hold the Alt key and you can place objects anywhere. I believe there's an update coming that you can do that with windows. So right now they kind of like lock to a specific grid point, but you can't place them between two grids. So it just automatically jumps from side to side here. I'm really looking forward to that update, if that's actually true. I don't know if that's real or not, but I'm really hoping that's a real thing. Because there's something about this. I think it needs to, I can't decide if I want this to be wider or skinny. Let me look at it being wide again. Let's see. Because it looks silly, really skinny too. I don't know. Or maybe I can do double windows. I don't think that you can do it now. If you can, I don't know. It's not really working for me because I'm trying to just kind of click it one side or the other and it's just jumping from both sides. And I do have that Move Objects cheat, but it's not working for me. I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to come with a free update or what, but I'm hoping that it happens soon. So let's see what this looks like with both doubling up these windows. See, I don't know that that's right either. Let me try looking at a couple different pictures again and see if maybe I can find something else that looks pretty good. Because it's really in the show, it looks like it's supposed to be just one solid window, but it's not. I don't know that we can find one that's close enough. Maybe we'll try out this one. Oh, okay. So something that I like to do. Oh, Chloe, thank you for that update. Yeah, it's coming with a new content patch. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll really help my builds too. All right, I'm going to clear out these windows here. Let me try out this one might work. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this upper level and I'm just going to select it as a medium wall. We're going to change this later, probably. But what we're going to do, we're going to try out this window here. And then we can also place it below because I do have that move objects cheat on. And then, well, we might, I don't know, that actually kind of fits really well. I might keep this at the taller height. Maybe I'll keep the lower level shorter. We might go in and change this, but I think that looks pretty good. Let me try from a different view. So I'm using the tab option. Now in build mode, there's not a way to use this tab view. I do have a mod that I use to make this work, but I think that looks okay. Sometimes it can look a little weird using these taller windows on a shorter wall, but I think that looks okay. Okay, I'm liking these windows. So what we need to do next is we need to make sure that these edges on these corners line up and match the white corners on here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into the columns and we're just going to pick one that can go on the edges. We need something that's kind of square. So I think these are going to look the best. This came with the get together pack. So I'm just going to place these on each corner. Okay, yeah, and this is starting to look really uniform and together. Oh, I picked the wrong one there. Okay, now we'll probably have to keep on adding these as we go around the house, but that's looking pretty good. And I'm wondering actually if we should put these, oh, I picked the wrong one again. Okay, if we put these right up against the edge, we might take these down, but I think this might actually look pretty good. Okay, we're gonna leave that there for now. And then we're gonna go through and add this little roof piece. So I think we're just gonna copy what we've got down here and then drag this in. Now it does look like there's another one of these type of situations going on up here as well. So I think I'm going to take this roof and just drag it back a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and I'm trying to think. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of copy this up here. I don't know, do we Okay, yeah, we're going to do it this way. So I'm going to copy this on the other side. Turn it around. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did down here. So we're going to have to use the smallest half wall. So we'll go in here and then just build it around. Whoop, probably help if I had it in the right spot. Okay, and then we're going to use the little half wall trim again up here. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So we're gonna go through, it looks like they've got some fancy design underneath this little roof piece as well. So we'll see. I don't know if it'll let us put it up here. No, it won't. So what we'll try to do instead is we're gonna go into the these little friezes and exterior trims and see if maybe we can find something fancy in here. Let's see. Okay, that's a little overwhelming, so maybe not that one. Okay, if I put this here and then I maybe drag this out, we'll want to lower this. Oh, too low. Okay, something's not adding up right. I think I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit. And then raise this up. Okay. And then we can pull this out a little bit here. Okay. Oh, I missed. Okay, we're just gonna drag this over right here. Oh my goodness, I cannot click to save my life right now. All right. We're just gonna do one of these and then pull this in as well. And then drag this. And then on the other side, we'll do the same thing. Okay. So now I'm gonna go into the tab view again and we'll go down. Okay, how is this looking, everybody? Anything that I should change so far, or is this still looking pretty good coming together? I think what we need to do is we still need to add some windows on the edges of these here. So like right in this space here. So I think that's what we'll do next. Okay, now something that I was talking about earlier, how it's sometimes better for me to use one pack for windows. I don't know that this window that we used in the front has too many options for like skinnier windows. I'll look through here. Thank you, lovely Lapras. All right. Because what we need is we need one window that looks similar to these in the front that are going to fit right here on the edge. Okay. We might be able to use this. I don't know. That's really tall. It kind of takes up the whole wall. So I think that one's too big. Maybe we can look at these from the Discover University pack. Okay, I'm kind of liking these. Wonder if there's one that's kind of half and half. Like there's like, it looks like there's like a little piece that goes in the middle of these windows. I'm gonna try this one out. Oh, I think this one might be our winner. So we'll put that on each edge. And I wonder, I know that with the Discover University pack, there were a lot of windows that are very similar to that. So I wonder if there's one that's bigger that we might be able to replace with these. Because I'm not 100% set on these windows. We might pick something else. I wonder about this one here. We're just going to delete this for now. And then we'll go back in. I think just for uniformity's sake, I might stick with this for now. And again, we might change it. There's a lot of back and forth on these types of builds where I kind of just place something and then I might go back and change it. It could be changed 3 or 4 more times. We don't know, but we'll see what it ends up looking like at the end. So we'll go ahead and use these pillars again just to line up the rest of these corners. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one down here on the front as it is, just because we do have those kind of fancier pillars in the front there. And then this roof needs to be lined up just a little bit better. That's not right. Okay, so I'm gonna actually press and hold the Alt key and then use this little arrow to drag. Too low. Okay, it's not exactly perfect up here, but I don't know for sure that this roof is going to stay as is. So we'll just kind of leave that for now. We'll go through and do a cleanup later. Okay, so above, right here, there is like another little window. So I want to see. This is too skinny, but I'm going to place this here just so then we kind of know what we're working on. I'm going to go through, just because these windows are from the Discover University pack, I'm going to use the filter option again. I'm going to go through the packs and I'm going to select Discover University. This way it kind of just narrows it down. These are all the windows that came with that pack. And see if maybe there's something that fits what we're doing a little bit better. So, possibly this one. Actually, I think that might look pretty good. And then I'm going to use these pillars right around the edges, and I can click and drag this to make it taller all the way up to the top. And then I'm going to copy that, put that there. Okay. Now this, I think, well, I'm so tempted to make this match this roof here, but it doesn't line up in the actual house. So I'm going to leave that as is. And then the roof trims, I wonder if we can get something that's a little bit more bulky that kind of lines the edges, because it's very ornate what they have on the edges here. But we don't really have any ornate options, so I'm just gonna maybe kind of go with something like this. It's just a little bit more than base game, essentially, is what I'm going for. Okay. Alrighty, so that's looking pretty good. I wish that there was one that's just a little bit wider than this. Maybe... Okay, I'm gonna just delete what we've got here. I might come back to this window. I want to try out this one. That's too wide. And again, this is where I wish that we had that update now, because if this window could go right in between these two tiles, that would be great. But we're kind of stuck right now not being able to fit that there. So what I really need to find is one that takes a window that takes up 3 different little spaces, so then it can go right in the middle. I don't want it to be 3 spaces wide, but I want it to kind of be centered. So let's see here. Maybe, oh, this one looks pretty good. I'm liking this one. Now I can kind of adjust the height of the window using the Alt key, so I'm going to do that. And then we'll go through and add these pillars again. Okay. I'm liking it. All right. So let's go back downstairs. We need to put a front door on. Now their front door is, it looks brown. It's a, oh, I'm sorry, I bumped my mic there. It's brown and it's double doors. So I'm going to select these taller doors first. And again, we're kind of in this situation where it really needs to be 3 spaces wide. And I don't necessarily know that it needs to be 3 actual pieces. Like the door itself doesn't need to be that wide. Well, something like this. This is pretty close, but it should be double doors. I like that it takes up the 3 spaces and it's centered, but it doesn't necessarily go from edge to edge. But this one's pretty close. Okay, actually, I'm going to clear this out. We're going to go back in and filter out the items to make a brown option here. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's the same door, it's just not a double door. Okay, this one's pretty nice here. I'm going to put it over here just so we can kind of get a better look. The only problem is that it's not centered. So I wonder if there's one that we can find. Oh, I think this one's going to be our winner. So yeah, it's kind of got these really ornate edges on them, and then it's still the double doors. The house itself does have these long rectangular windows on them too. So I'll go ahead and place that there. I wonder if there's one like this that has white edges. Let me see if maybe, well, they have this, but the doors are really dark. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of give and take here. So I'm going to take the darker doors, and then we'll just have to do the darker molding around it. I think that looks pretty good though. Okay, so this is where we're at now. I just want to zoom out. Whoop. Okay. All right, something's not looking right with this window. I cannot decide on what I'm doing with this one here, but this looks too skinny to me because this space over here, it is empty on the actual house, so there is nothing over here, but I think this window's too small. So we're going to go through and we're going to fix that. All right. Yeah, I definitely think we need to have one that's 3 spaces wide and centered on the 3 spaces. So we definitely won't be able to make this window work. So I'm just going to clear this out. And then back to the search. And then if you have any suggestions, if you know of any windows, I do have all of the packs. So if there's one that you know of that might work, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I don't do any custom content though, so no links to any external downloads. But if there's anything that came with the game, I am all for suggestions. Okay. I wish that there was a way to filter items by how many spaces it takes up. I think that would be a really awesome addition because I have this type of problem all the time where I'm trying to find a specific one to match the size, and I just wish there was a way to search for it. Okay, I really like this window, but we're still at that same issue. This one came with the cats and dogs pack, so let me search through and see if maybe there's one in that pack that's pretty close. Okay, I'm feeling confident here. That one's too small, I think. I'm wondering if what I should do is just go ahead and place this anyway, and then we can make the whole house a little bit wider. We'll try with this. I feel like I've been stuck on this window for too long. So we'll go ahead and try this out. We're just going to drag everything. And I might undo all of these changes. We will find out. Now this is going to I hope this doesn't mess up with that front door, but we will just have to see. Oh, okay. And then we're going to pick this up and move it. Now I do want this window to be brown. Okay, so with the, I guess those are the brackets. It does make it bigger or smaller, but then you get this weird gap. I guess maybe if I try, well, okay, so with going bigger, you get this weird space on the windows. So it doesn't actually work really. So I know that works on a lot of different objects, but on windows that just doesn't really work. I wish that there was a workaround for that. Let's see. I wonder, does this come in like a gray or a black? I don't know if you guys have heard of the new game Paralives that's coming out, but that game looks so cool. You can actually just like click on whatever item and you can just drag the sizes. And it's like, you can make anything exactly the right size that you want it to be. And I'm really looking forward to it. They don't have a release date or anything yet, but I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be really cool. Let's see. The window may look like it fits a little better if you make the walls of the top story shorter. That's a very good point. Let's give that a go. Okay, so let's make this shorter. I want to go back to that other window that we had. Let's see. Okay. Now this, I'm going to make the bottom floor taller so then the front door isn't kind of peeking through. But we are probably going to have to change that front door too. So we'll see. Yes, that would be nice if they fixed that in the next update for sure. Okay, so the front door itself needs to probably be changed. But I'm thinking that this window situation is looking better. I almost wonder if now we might need to find something different for these over here, because now we've got this weird gap, but I think that this is all looking really nice now. That was a really good suggestion to make this top floor shorter. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go into these taller windows. I'm going to clear out this filter. There's a whole lot of just changing and trying and trial and error that goes on with these builds. Let's see. Okay, so I know on the actual house itself, they're kind of like a dark or like a lighter or a dark gray, almost black. But if we're wanting to kind of have some uniformity, we might have to go a little bit more brown. So we'll see here. All right, we're going to go back into the color options. Okay. Now this is pretty tall. I think that that might be too modern looking. Maybe something like this. Okay, now the house itself, it actually has, like, the bottom half of it is wide open, and then the top half has like a thick border. But we don't really have anything close. Maybe these windows from Get Famous. It's not exactly perfect, but I think that might be a little bit closer. Let's see. I'm still not 100% sold on that one, but I think we might be getting closer. What about this one? I've never used this window. It looks like this came with the Vampires pack. No, that one doesn't work. Okay. Just trying out a couple different things. Let's go ahead and put those other ones back. And we'll probably end up changing these again, but we'll just kind of see. I'm going to level that one out a little bit better. Okay. And then I still think we need to put these pillars alongside this window up here. Okay. That's looking pretty good. All right. Let's look at this front door situation again. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete it for now. I know that we can go back to that if needed. Oh, you know what was that? Oh, it's a 3-piece door. That's why it wouldn't go centered. Okay. We're going to go back into dark brown options. Oh, all right. That one's 3. So now we need 2 or 4 and not necessarily centered. Okay, this one, the sizing looks good, but it's not a rounded door. Oh, you know what? We had looked at this one before. I think this one is going to be the winner again. Okay, yeah, this one came with Strangerville. And again, we've got the double doors. It does have these little bars across the window, but I think this is going to be the best we can get. But I think it looks really good. Okay, so now let's take a look at where we're at. All right. Okay. I'm thinking this is starting to look pretty good. I'm still a little leery on this window here, but that might be our best bet. So we'll kind of stick with that and keep on moving on. Okay, so let's see here. Out front, right in here, they've got a lot of vegetation and plants. So it looks like they're kind of lined up right against that foundation, and then there's the grass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these plants down here. It looks like there's just a bunch of different colors. I'm not going to really spend time making it exactly perfect, but I'm going to kind of just place plants around and then kind of spruce it up a little bit. So it looks like it goes all the way around this front portion. So we'll go here. There's lots of different colors, but we'll go ahead and start with all these purple ones. I always love using these lovely lavender bushes. I think that they always look really nice, and they just add a nice pop of color too. Let's see. It looks like they do have a couple little ferns here and there, so we'll place these. We might add some different sizes in too. Alrighty. Some of these are taller than others, and they're just kind of like a bunch of different bushes and flowers. Get that as close there as possible. There we go. Try adding some other pops of color in here. And then I'm going to go into the flower section. They've got some like rose bushes and stuff. There we go. Oh, too high there. Okay. All right, so we might add some more later, but I think that's a pretty good start to the front here. Now, something else that I just noticed is these stairs, they do go all the way across. So we're going to have to widen everything. Oh, okay. And then I placed these fences down. So I'm thinking what we'll need to do, because what I did before the live stream is I kind of raised up the terrain here, but it's not going to let me just easily move these fences. So, all right, what I'll do, I'm just going to move these out of the way for now, and then adjust the stairs, and then I'll move them back. Okay, and then I do need to kind of move these plants around. I think we've got one too many of these pink ones. Whoops. All right, we'll use the sledgehammer. I think we'll get rid of this one. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll put down some more concrete here, and then we're going to put these fence pieces back. Make sure that all lines up nicely again. Oh, you know what? I think that this was actually one piece closer, and then this went here, and then we can get rid of this extra little piece that's sticking out. Okay, so that's looking good. We do need to add one more piece of concrete right there. Okay. So the next thing that we'll do is we'll kind of clean up this front space here just a little bit. It looks like they've got just kind of some bushes that are peeking up behind these like retainer walls. So we'll just go through and add some long bushes. And this one won't be too specific, so we'll just add this just to kind of clean it up a little, because you can't really see these pieces of dirt or these little sections of dirt and rock in the show. So what we'll do is we'll just cover those up with some bushes and call it a day. We'll go ahead and use these here. Get it as close as possible. And I am using the Alt key just to get as precise as possible on the spaces. Okay. Alrighty, so I think what we'll do is we'll probably come back to the rest of the exterior later, because we've got the gist of it down. So that's all looking pretty good. This is kind of a driveway, and then there's another driveway over on this side, but I think we're ready to go ahead and start moving inside. Now, I don't know for sure. I think that this front little porch step here is the same as the sidewalk. So I don't think we really need to change anything there, except I think that, yeah, we're just going to make that all one color. That could change. I don't know for sure if that's anything different. Okay. And actually, as I'm looking at some of these other pictures, I might adjust this. It looks like the little shorter ledges go closer to the street, and then it turns into the long wall or the tall wall. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll just place some more bushes down just to kind of clean it up a little. Okay, let's take one final look out here. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay. All right, let's move inside. Now this is the part that I don't really remember too much of, but I know that they have like this really grand opening space here. So what I do a lot of times is I actually look for like a floor plan on Google or Pinterest or wherever I can find a floor plan of a house. Sometimes I can get lucky, sometimes they don't have one listed anywhere. So I did find one that's kind of a general layout. So I'm gonna kind of use this. We'll probably have to adjust some things here and there, but we'll go ahead and start here. So it looks like, so this space right in here is the parlor and the living room area. We've got our front porch, and then this is like a grand opening hall up here. It looks like there's like a small little, I guess maybe like a closet space or something on this little section here. And then there's some stairs that we're gonna put that kind of go side, like a kind of like an L shape. So we'll place these walls here, and then I think that we'll just kind of make this go along here. I am gonna pull up Netflix really quick and just kind of get to the first shot that we see. I'm just on season 1, episode 1, so let me click through a little bit here. It's been seriously so long since I've watched this show. So let's see. All right, so we've got, I think it's Piper who's walking in the front door here. Okay, so right off the bat, actually, I'm gonna bring this wall in just a little bit more. Now this could definitely change with like different seasons and as the show goes on. So I'm using season 1 to base this design off of. All right, so we're gonna put this here, this little wall. I'm just gonna close it off for now. We can add doors and change it later if we need to. It looks like this is kind of like a yellowy, like, color, I guess. So we'll go through. It looks like it's like a wallpaper. I'm gonna put light brown and yellow for the colors, because sometimes it just like a light brown color is more what we're looking for, like a tan. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's zooming so fast. Okay. We'll start with this, but I think that there's less design actually on the wallpaper itself. Okay, I'm liking this. This looks pretty good. Okay. Now I want to say that there's some hardwood floors down, so I'm just going to place this for now, and sometimes it'll change like throughout the house, like maybe the front porch area or the front entrance area might have it, and then everything else might be carpet. I don't completely remember off the top of my head, but it looks like they've got like a entry table right here. So let's go into the objects, and then not decorations, we want surfaces. And then accent tables, and we're actually going to change this. It looks like it's a dark brown, so we'll go ahead and put in dark brown. I really love the Jungle Adventures pack. They have so many really cool furniture pieces. I use them all the time. This little table right here is one of my favorite tables. I don't know why, but I really like the rustic feel of it. It's pretty nice. Let's see. This one actually kind of, it says that it's supposed to be rustic, but I think it looks kind of like Victorian almost. So I think we're going to put this one here. I believe this is kind of a weird angle that I'm looking at on this show, but I believe that there's a big mirror right here as well. So we'll go ahead and put a mirror, and it does have brown right around the edges. And the mirror is kind of one that is kind of like the windows. So if you make it bigger, it doesn't, it looks weird. It doesn't work. So let's see. We might be able to raise this one up. Let's see, and we'll kind of place it there. Okay. The mirror in the show is a little more ornate. Let's see. Yeah, I think this one actually works a little bit better. And it kind of fills out these tall wall spaces a little bit better too. So we'll go ahead and use that one. And then they've got a plant just sitting on here, like a little potted plant. Let's see. Well, I think we'll just stick with this one for now. And then they've got, it looks like a coat rack back here. So we'll use the coat rack that comes in the clutter. Put that there. Cool. All right, I'm going to hit play on this, and then we'll just move forward just a little bit. Okay. All right, so yeah, there definitely is a door right here. Now, something that I'm running into, I think it looks like there's like a sitting area, but it looks like it's gonna be supposed to be this little space right here. Now, we hadn't really done too much on the exterior with this yet, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna move this all the way up here, and we'll have to adjust the exterior later. Right now I'm just going to kind of focus on the interior, and then we want to make sure that we line this up so then whenever we go upstairs everything lines up there too. All right, let's see how this looks, if that's a little bit closer. I think that's gonna work. All right, so we want to remove these walls here, not the whole wall. Okay. I think we're going to have to kind of cheat this just a little bit because the front of the house is kind of already set. So what we'll do is, this is just going to be an unused space. So we'll just kind of we'll wall it off right here and then get rid of this. So actually, as I'm looking a little bit closer, it doesn't look like it's a full table like this. It looks like it's kind of like more of a little end table. So let me go through and pick a different table. And this one's still from the Jungle Adventures pack. So we'll go ahead and use this one. We'll sell that, put this one right here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this plant a little bit more not centered on this table. So I'm going to keep the one that's already there. I'm using a duplicate. I'm just going to raise this up using 9, and then I'm just going to kind of place it wherever on the table and then delete this one. And let me make sure that I didn't make that one go like too high or anything. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so we'll go ahead and fill this new wall in along with these floors, and then now we're gonna have to go back and fix these. I'm gonna pull trying to think on how we're going to do this part here. I think I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. I'm trying to tell from this angle what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this out, remove this wall. I'm going to place the door. I'm going to place the door and then I'm going to decide where I'm going to wall it off at. So I can't tell if this is an actual door here or if it's like an archway. I'm just going to put an archway for now and then we'll adjust it if we need to. Let's see. I think we want to go like pretty ornate. I think that looks cool just because it is, you know, like a witch's house. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. We'll put this down here. Even though it's going to be walled off, I'm just going to fill in this space. Now this might actually need to come up just a little bit more. So we'll put that there. Let me fix the upstairs just so then there's uniformity and we don't mess up once we get up there. Okay. I'm going to hit play on this just a little bit. Kind of really hard to tell because they just kind of zoom past it just for a second. But let's see. I'm going to wall it off right there. And then we're going to just put the chairs down around the edges. And this is going to bug me if I don't do this right now. So I'm going to fix this little piece here. And the foundation. Okay. Now it's kind of dark. I'm gonna end up deleting this light later, but I like to kind of just see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just place these little saucer lights down just to kind of have a better feel of what I'm doing. Oh, I was like, where? It took a second for the light to come through, but there it goes. Okay. So there is a window out here. And actually, now that I'm looking at this Victorian door, and don't murder me because I'm going back and forth on these windows, I think that there's a window that matches it. Yeah, because these all came with the Strangerville pack. I kind of like this. But this is on the side, so it's not really going to interfere with the front of the house at all. I'm going to place this one here. Okay, so we'll leave that there. We want this centered, and it is centered. Okay. I want to make this centered too. Is that centered? Okay, let's see. We've got 1, 2. That looks... Yeah, that's right. Okay. For some reason, it was kind of looking not completely centered to me. But let's go ahead and I'm going to do like the cutaway walls here now. And we're going to put some chairs down. Now this archway, let me actually make sure that we're going to be able to see it all because it is one of the taller archways. And I want to make sure I'm going really slow in here. Whoop. Not low enough. Okay. Actually, the walls are tall enough. So, yeah, that'll work. Perfect. Okay. So, from what I could tell from the split second that I saw this little room, it looks like there's just chairs going all the way around. So, I'm just going to use these chairs here, I think. I know that I'm actually going to use these chairs because these kind of, you can make L-shaped couches pretty easily with these just by using the Move Objects cheat. It's not perfect, and I really wish that L-shaped couches existed, but I think that that lines up pretty well because you can kind of do the corner pieces of them. I like to do that a lot. Now they won't be able to really line up perfectly here, but maybe we'll put like a small little end table between it. Okay, we'll put that there. All right, that might be as much as we can do for now in that little seating area, but we'll come back to it once we get a better shot of it in the show. Okay, so moving on, I'm hitting play again. Okay, really quick, there's a plant right here. So we're gonna go ahead and grab, it looks like kind of like one of those palm tree type of plants. Here we go, right there. Okay, and moving on. We are instantly faced with a big like open area. So there are, those stairs are right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place these down now. Quick little drink of water here. And then I wasn't able to tell super fast what the stairs looked like. So I'm just gonna place something down for now, and we'll definitely go back and make this a little more perfect. And then we're going to use, I love this new update. Well, it's not really new anymore. I guess it's about 6 months old now, but you can click and drag this little piece here and then make it L-shaped. So I love that. Okay, we're bumping into something up here. Oh, I'm going to just remove this wall. And this wall too. And then it's just going to be easier just to sledgehammer those out. Okay. And now we're going back downstairs, and then we can make sure that this fits right here. And then I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit, just so then we can make it line up with this wall. There we go. Okay. And we'll put this wallpaper on it. And then we'll adjust the stair color, and we'll put some rails on it once we can actually see what it looks like. Okay, and then it looks like we've got a wall coming straight across here. There's some rooms back here, so we're just going to go ahead and cover this up here. Now it's kind of hard to tell from the angle of the show that I'm looking at right now, but I want to say there's some more archways. These could be doors, but I'm just going to place some archways for now. And then we've got a big grandfather clock right here in the middle. I'm going to just move these lights around just a little bit. So if we go into the electronics, and I think it's under miscellaneous, yes. Okay. This one's pretty ornate looking. I want to look at that one and then also look at this one, kind of compare them. Actually, I think we're going to go with this one. This one looks a little too medieval, I guess, but that one did come with a vampires pack, so that would make sense. And then I want to see what this looks like sized up, and that's a little bit too big. So we're just going to keep it right here in the middle. Or not at the middle, but at the original size of it. Okay, and it looks like we've got a big rug here in the center. It looks like it's like white with maybe some black edging on it. So let's see. We'll want to scroll down. I always like to try to go with the rugs that come as large as possible to begin with, just because they're kind of designed more to take up space, and then if I need to, I can adjust the sizing of it. But that's just something I like to do. Let's see. I'm not loving this one. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, I'm liking this. We'll make this bigger. I believe this looks pretty close to what we're looking at. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but I believe that's what we want. Okay. And now I'm just kind of clicking through again. Okay, so I don't know if this is, okay, actually this is actually a walled off space over here too. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this filter here, and then we'll just wall this spot off and then fill in the wallpaper. Okay, and then now we've got that longer end table that we can put over here. So I am using that Jungle Adventures table that I love using. So go back into the surfaces and we will find that table. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So we'll put that here, and then they've got a lamp on it. And then it looks like some pictures as well. There is a mirror above it too. So we'll go ahead and put a little lamp on the table first. It's kind of like fancy looking too. Why won't this one go on here? This one does not like end tables, but it's more of a white lamp anyway, so I don't think we really need that one. I know I can raise it up, but this one's not really perfect. I wonder if we can get... That's pretty close to what we're looking for. So we'll put that right there on the edge, and then we'll go into the decorations and find some pictures to put up. Oh, I want to go into clutter, I believe. Alright, so we're just gonna put these around. And then we'll put this one down as well, just to kind of put some variation in the sizes. Okay. Now it looks like right next to this clock, we've got another one of these potted plants, or potted palms, I should say. So we'll put this right here. And then, now I'm hitting play again. So we've got a couch right here. And it looks pretty fancy. So I'm going to go, I know exactly which couch I'm wanting for this. I feel like I never use these couches just because they're very fancy looking, but I think that this is a good opportunity to use it. So we'll use that, and then there's a little end table. I can't see what the table itself looks like, so this will probably end up changing. I'm just going to kind of pick one for now, and then there is a lamp on the table. So we'll just use this one for now because we did use it earlier just to kind of have some uniformity, and then we'll pick... This lamp on this table is not white like this one over here. This one's kind of more yellowed. So we'll go ahead and go back into the lamps. And we'll go for light brown. It's not really yellow. It is more kind of that light brown color. And I think we are going to go with this one. I don't know why this doesn't like end tables. This lamp doesn't, but we'll go ahead and just place this on the edge here. I think that might look like it's floating. Let me check. Yep, that is a floating lamp. We don't want that. I'm just going to lower that just a little bit more. Okay. That might change once I can get a better shot of that, but I think that looks pretty good. I don't like that this table isn't... I'm going to pick a different table. Even though I can't see what it looks like, I didn't think that looked very natural. So we'll just go through and pick... Yeah, we'll go with this one. Actually, I'm curious if this will like this too. It does. Okay, it likes this end table. Okay, that'll work. All right, hitting play again. Okay, so back here, looks like, so we've got, this is walled off right here, and then from what I can see, this is like a little dining room, and then it looks like there's a kitchen back here as well. So we'll have to adjust this. I couldn't tell from any of the pictures that I was looking at. I couldn't see this far back. So I'm just gonna kind of go with it, and we'll just keep on playing with it, I guess. Oh, and then this is actually the back of the stairs, so we need to wall this off too. So then we can click and drag this kitchen. Okay. And then we'll place another set of arches. I think this actually, as cool as this arch is, it's not going to work back here. So I'm going to just use this one, I think. Or maybe we'll go for like a rounded arch. No, actually that is a squared off arch back there in the show. So that won't work. Okay. We're going to go for this one. And then actually the walls back here, they are still kind of like yellowy tan, but it looks like they've got a little bit more design on them. So I'm going to actually move this light right in here. And then we're going to go through and select, actually, these might be pretty close. I'm just going to put that down for now. And it does look like there's not any of this like wainscoting going on. It goes from floor to ceiling with the wallpaper. So we'll go ahead and probably go with that one. Let me check out these vampire ones. Ooh, you know what? I'm liking this. I like the crown molding on it. I do like that. Okay, and then in here, I'm going to move this out of the way because we're going to put some lighting down now. So we'll go back into the lights. And then they've got one light here and one light here. And then there is a dining table. I'm going to place something down for now. I'm just going to kind of adjust these walls so I can see what I'm doing. Actually, this is going to come out further too. I'm just going to pick kind of one of the fancier, longer dining tables for now, but it might change if we get a better shot of it later. So we'll just go for a longer table. Yeah, probably this one. This actually came with the, I think it's the fun kitchen pack. It's one of the stuff packs. I can't remember the actual title of it. But we've got that, and then we'll put, they've got like a chandelier above it too. So we'll go back into the lighting, and we want hanging lights. And it's kind of lower hanging. So we'll pick, I think that one might be too fancy, or at least too modern fancy. Oh, that's crazy. Not that light. I want to almost say this one looks pretty good, but it's more, it looks like they've got like little covers on it. Oh, I think this is the winner. Yeah. All right, we're going with this one. Okay. And then they've got some chairs around the sides. They're like kind of fancy white cushion chairs. So we'll go into comfort, and then we'll change this. We'll put white, gray, and light brown just to see as many options as we can. Probably go with this one. I wish that these looked just a little bit wider. They kind of look really skinny, but that might be what we end up going with. This one kind of just has like, it has a wider presence to it. I want to, it's not as skinny. It's a little more wide. So we might go with that one. And I think maybe this one's gonna steal the throne now. So we might go with those. I think that one's my favorite. That kind of matches. Yep. All right. So that one's going to be the winner. So we'll go ahead and just use the eyedropper tool and place these around like so. Okay. And now what we'll do, it looks like there's another window back here. I can't tell if that's a window or if it's an archway leading to another room. I can't completely tell, but we're going to say it's a window for now. So I'm going to copy this other window that we have up here, and then we'll just kind of place it. And again, we're faced with the same issue that we can't, it keeps locking into one space or the other. I think what I'll do, I'll scoot this over and I'm going to make this smaller again. That way it's a little more centered, and then we'll adjust the lamp or the light. Okay. There's definitely more going on in this room. I just can't really tell from the angle that I'm looking on the show. And actually, it looks like there's a china cabinet here, but I'm wondering how we can make this work. I'm just gonna try putting it down, and then we'll see if it looks weird up against this arch. Probably this one. Okay. I'm going to drag this way. And we're going to pull this one right on back. Okay. So now that window is centered again. This needs to scoot over just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to move this door all the way up against the wall here. Okay, this looking pretty good. This is actually a little closer. Okay, and then I'm going to hit play again. Okay, it looks like there's actually another little light right above this plant here. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And moving on. Okay, so now they're actually moving into the dining room. So I can get a little bit better picture here. All right, so artwork. Let's see here. We want to go down into the fancy artwork. I wish that these had like a brown frame on them, because these are pretty, like, I don't know, I like the design of the frame. We might just put that there anyway. So we'll put one of each of these down. We'll make this match. Oh, that is the same one. Okay, so we'll put that there. All right, let's hit play again. Okay, they've got a little chair right here. Okay, so we'll put that there. Oh, did I just place another chair somewhere? Yeah, I did. I accidentally placed that outside. All right. So now I'm just kind of clicking through, seeing if I can find more shots of this room. Let's see. Oh, I think I clicked too far. Okay, so it looks like, from what I can tell, some of these shots are moving so fast I can't tell what angle it's at, but there's definitely some more windows located somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's right here. I believe that they had some kind of like a conservatory or something like that, where it's got like a whole bunch of windows. So I think I want to put that here. Whoops, too low. And then they had another archway in here. Now I think I want to make this match the other one that's in the room. Okay, there we go. There's so many rooms in this house. Okay. So now I'm clicking through again. Okay, and then the angle that I'm looking at now, they've got another big chandelier right in this space. So let's go ahead and pull this up and go into lighting and hanging lights. Okay, now this one is at the front door, so I feel like this is going to be, if anything's going to be intricate, it's going to be this one. Let's see. I think this looks pretty nice here. It looks like actually in the show it's a little more like off-white, but this one is only going to give us an option of like green. So we'll have to go with that one. I want to see, is that the same one that we used in here, or did we use a different one? Oh yeah, it's different. Okay. Yeah, the light green one is bigger, so we're going to go ahead and stick with that one. It's not quite the exact right color, but it's pretty close. All right. So next, right here on this corner, this wall, they've got more of these little wall lights. So we'll go ahead and place this here. And then they've got another archway here and here as well. Okay. And pressing play again. Just kind of moving through. Okay, now we're at the theme song, so we are moving right along. Okay, and then this, what I'm looking at now is not even at their house, so I'm just going to skip big sections. Okay, so their kitchen is huge, and they just did a really quick little like walkthrough here. So let's see. 1 second here. If you're following along with me, I am about 7 minutes into the very first episode of season 1. I can't really tell. Okay. So actually back here, I don't know that this is actually an archway. I think it's an actual door. But what I'm going to do, if I can find a door that's close enough in size, I'm going to try to do it to where it's kind of like left open, because I feel like this door is it's always open. So let's see here. There's kind of this neat little hack that I like to do, and I'll just kind of show off to the side while we're trying to figure out what door we're going to use. So what I do is I'll place a wall and I'll put an archway, and I get lots of questions on how I do this all the time. So this is probably a pretty good time to use it. So I put like an archway on a door, and then I take a diagonal wall like so, and I put another door on here, and the door's got to it's got to line up to the same size as the archway. So I believe this one, oh, I think the archway I picked is too tall. So what I'll do, I'll use this one for example, and then we'll use this door here. I know it doesn't line up on like the color choice, but what I'll do, I'll put a door here on this wall. I'm going to delete the wall sections around it. So now we've got just a freestanding door, and you can line it up specifically next to it, and then it looks like it's a door that's open all the time. I think that that's a really cool little trick, and I really like using it. I think it looks really nice. So I want to try to make that happen on this kitchen door in here too. All right, so that's just kind of a quick little tutorial on how I do that. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit wider. We'll probably readjust this, but this is more just so that I can see. Whenever I'm building, I do like to have the walls up just so that I can kind of see everything. Oh, hi, Cool Craves. Let's see. Yes, I do have a gallery. My gallery tag or my gallery ID name is Luke's Mommy 310. It might eventually change to Simply Simmer 19. I've been trying to fix it for like 6 or 7 months now. It just won't update. I don't know why. I had the Luke's Mommy down before I kind of created a YouTube channel, and once I created the YouTube channel, I tried to change my name and it won't update for anything. So we'll see if that ever changes in the future, but for now you can find me under Luke's Mommy 310. And this will go on the gallery. It'll probably just be called the Charmed Manor or the Halliwell Manor, something like that. All right, so in the kitchen, oh yeah, we were going to be doing the door. One second here. Let's find a door that fits. Okay, so there's definitely going to be doors that match this same size, I think. So that's going to be step 1. Okay, I'm liking this. All right, so we're going to do exactly what I just showed outside. So I'm going to put this wall here. We're going to go back, select that door. I think it was this one. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to delete this. Now, something that you have to be mindful of, you do kind of have to delete the walls around the door. Otherwise, it's going to snap up against those walls that are already existing. Whoop. Oh, man, I messed up. Okay, here, let's back up. Awesome. Yeah, I don't use any mods on my games, but I do have the Realm of Magic pack, and I think that this would be really fun. I'm really excited to see what kinds of pieces from Realm of Magic we'll end up using in this build. I think it'll be pretty cool. All right, so now this wall kind of creates like an open door effect. I think that looks really cool. It doesn't work in the game, like they won't actually walk through this, but I think it looks really nice having a door kind of open. It just adds more depth to the game. So back here, it looks like they've got the start of a very large kitchen. The floors are not hardwood in here. It looks like they're kind of a concrete. Kind of matches the front of the house. So let's scoot back over here and grab this concrete. We're just going to fill this room with the concrete. Alrighty. And then we'll go ahead and pick out a wallpaper. And this one kind of looks like a little bit lighter colored. Maybe something close to this. It looks like it's got some wainscoting that goes up pretty high. Maybe this one. They don't really have stripes. It's kind of... I wish that we could have the wainscoting of this along with this wallpaper. I think that pretty much work perfectly here. Maybe this one. I wonder if there's a little bit darker. Okay. It's not brown in the show. It's kind of like a yellowy color, but this might be what we end up going with. This one actually, speaking of Realm of Magic, this one actually might come in handy right here. Actually, this looks pretty good. It's not, this part really, I wish this came up just a little bit higher, but I think this works really well. Plus, it's from the Realm of Magic pack, so I think that kind of works great. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start on this massive kitchen. So I'm going to bring this back over here. That might be too far. Let's see. Let's back that up. We'll pull this through here. Okay. Yeah, because there's a little, it kind of works perfectly because from what I can tell in the show, there is like a little cutout in this kitchen here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that there. And then I'm going to just light up this space a little so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And then we've got counters. So let's go into the surfaces. And then it looks like a tan light brown color. I think we'll end up using this one from the kitchen stuff pack. All right, so it might look a little goofy for now with this door, but I'll go through and I'll kind of adjust that a little bit better to make it a smooth fit. Okay. Now, something that a lot of people don't know about, and this was something I was pretty mind blown about whenever I found out, but on your counters, if you don't have this automatically selected, so if you kind of look down here, you've got these little cogwheels next to the counters. If you click on that, you have all these different options for like little end caps and things like that on the edge of your counters. And you can put like corner pieces down or like an external corner, like if you want to make like an L shape going out. I thought that this was the coolest thing ever whenever I found out, and a lot of people don't know about it. So that is one of my favorite things to kind of point out. Okay. And then, okay, I can't tell. This might actually be a stove or it might be a counter. It's really blurry on the spot that I have paused right now. I'm just going to put a counter here for now, but that might actually be a stove. We will have to find out soon. And then for the cabinets, the same type of situation. So if you click on the little cogwheel, it opens up so many different opportunities for like different cabinet shapes. So I think that this is really cool. So let's see. They do have kind of these open glass cabinets. I don't know that I'm really loving this set. It's a little on the modern side, but maybe this one. This one came with the Parenthood pack. And yeah, I like this one. Okay, so behind the door here, they've got kind of a taller cabinet, cabinet there. And then we'll just kind of stack it up tall. We'll just do like double cabinets around. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that. Or maybe instead of doing these tall ones up top, maybe we'll do like these half ones. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. And then, I might, instead of doing these back here, I might just do a corner piece. Let me see what this corner looks like. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then we'll put this here, and then we'll kind of continue on this corner. And then we'll put this up here. Okay. So we'll put, oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And this, and this, and here, and continued on. Okay. I wish that these little pieces, I wish there was like a smaller corner piece, but that's kind of what we have to work with. It doesn't look awful. It looks a little silly, but it's not bad. So we'll go ahead and keep that there. And let me hit play and see if we can get another angle. Okay, so this house is humongous. So this actually comes in a little bit further. I'm trying to figure out what the layout is here. Let me see if I can find a better picture of this on like a blueprint on Google. But it's very, let's see. Okay, so I'm looking at one. There's the kitchen here, and then there's like a nook back here, and like the laundry room. I think that's where there was this weird angle where Piper was just walking through the house and it went really fast. So I think that that's where it's at. I think there's a door or a wall that goes here and then a door. So let's go ahead and wall this space off. Okay. All right, jumping back over to Netflix now. Okay, yeah, and then there's a big door or an archway. I'm thinking it's an archway again. So we'll go ahead and put that there, and that looks really nice because it's nice and centered, which is really good. Okay. This wallpaper might change, but I think that will kind of work for now. All right. So clicking on through again on this show here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this actually, there's some windows on this back wall. And then this is kind of like a little like breakfast nook area. These windows are not working because they're centered. They take up 2 spaces and they're centered, but they're not, I can't get them up close to each other. So we'll have to pick a different window back here. Okay, and I'm going to try to get as much done as I can. I am probably going to have to wrap this up in about 15 minutes or so. I do have 2 little children that need to get to bed, so I don't want to leave my husband hanging, having to take care of that all on his own. So I am going to have to wrap this up in about 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to try to get as much of it done as possible. So let's see here. So in the kitchen, I think we're just going to kind of continue this around. And then again with the corner piece. There's a stove somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where it's at, but the stove will show up soon. And then it looks like it's not a counter that sticks up or sticks out here. It looks like there's kind of like a table. So we'll stick this one here. Yeah, it kind of matches the color. So we'll put that there. And then we'll continue on these cabinets. Okay. That's kind of, I don't know exactly where this stove is supposed to be. And actually, I think that right here has a microwave. So we'll go ahead and put that down. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, there's also a refrigerator in here somewhere, too. So we'll figure out where that's going. But this is looking pretty good so far. I'm really liking this. All right. So in here, they do have, it looks like a circular table with some black chairs around it. I'm going to just kind of lower these walls just so I can see what I'm doing for now. Let me actually see. It looks like they've got some more of these little walls or wall lights back here. So we'll go ahead and put those there. And then let's see, we'll go back into the surfaces and go down to the circular tables. Oh, dining tables. All right, so we'll put this here. And again, this is from the Jungle Adventures pack. I really love the design that came in the Jungle Adventures pack. So I really like that one. And then comfort items. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and look through here. Okay, yeah, they've got, I think that these chairs look pretty good because they've got like arms on the chairs on the show. So we'll go ahead. One of the worst things about these tables is I wish that I could just do like 4 chairs around it, but they don't really like match up perfectly. So I always end up just kind of making it look like this. They do have the smaller circular tables, but those tables are very small, and I don't think that they really fill out the space very well. Because, I mean, this one here, just for example, you can put 4 chairs around it very easily, but that table is so small. So I don't really like that, but I always just kind of make it look like this. So it works. It's close enough. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and click on through again. Okay, looks like these windows back here are actually a little bit lower, and then they've got a white curtain over them. So let me lower everything down just a little bit. And I am going to put one of these chandeliers in here again as well. This house is so fancy. Alrighty. So decorations, and we'll go down into the curtains. Let's see. I might just kind of place these up higher because they don't take up the whole window, but they're just kind of halfway over. Okay, I think that looks pretty good in there. There's definitely more going on in this space. I just can't really tell from where I'm at right now. Alrighty, and then back into the kitchen. They've got just like a bunch of like clutter on these counters back here. So we'll just kind of clutter this up. I always love using this preserved food container, or this little piece here. Kind of looks like a cereal box and some cans. It came with the outdoor retreat pack. I always end up using that one a lot. It's very cluttered up. I'm really excited. The new pack that's coming out, it looks like there's like a lot of garbage and things like that are all over the town, and I'm wondering how that's gonna work for clutter. I hope that there's a whole lot of clutter that comes up in there. I think it looks pretty cool. They've got some cookbooks here, and let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and put down like a paper towel rack. Or not rack, but like a little paper towel holder as well. Okay. And we're hitting play again. Oh, okay. So I found out where the stove is, and it's not alongside the wall. So it's actually right in the middle of the room. Now, let me lower these walls. That's not enough space there to get through. It's right in the middle of like a table in the center of the room. I'm wondering, I might have to get rid of this door. As cool as it looks, there's not really enough space for it. Bummer. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the frame and just put this door down. Okay, yeah, because this little table is right in the center of the room, and we definitely need to have space for that. So we'll go ahead and kind of fill this space out again. Let's see. So there's this weird little chunk missing here. I'm just gonna... There we go. We'll fill that out. Okay. Now, what I like to do on the island type of stoves, I always kind of raise up the stove a little bit in the center. I don't think that it actually works in gameplay. So you'll probably, if you do end up downloading this, you'll have to move it around and kind of swap it out with one of the edge counter pieces. But we'll go ahead and I'll show you what I mean. So we'll go into the appliances. Looks like it's kind of like just like a cooktop, like a stove cooker. Oh, and actually, since this is on a table, I won't have to raise anything up. But normally what I do, if there's like an island or like one of the like bar type of counters, I have to raise this up just a little bit so then it kind of peeks over the top. Because like right here, you can only see just a little bit. But if you just kind of do the Alt and 9, it comes up just enough to be able to see it. So what we'll do is we'll just place this here. And like I said, I don't think that this actually works in gameplay. So this is all just for show. So we'll put that there. And then they have a bunch of like little fruit bowls and things like that on the table around it. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And we'll put down like a little container of like spoons and stuff so then they can cook with it. So let's go back into decorations. And actually, I think it's under clutter or miscellaneous. Yes, there it is. And so we'll kind of place this right there. Okay. Still a mystery on where the refrigerator is, but we are coming together with it. All right. Actually, I think the refrigerator is right here. I just saw it just for a split second there at the end. So we'll just place that one there. We might end up moving it. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Actually, they're walking back through this dining room, and turns out this is not, it's not a china cabinet that's right here. It's actually a fireplace. So we're going to go ahead and change that out. Like I said, there's lots of changing that goes on. You might think that you have something down, and then you end up changing it. Okay, so it's kind of a bigger fireplace. This one, I've never used this in a build before, but this actually looks pretty good. The refrigerator is against the wall for the back door. Oh, okay. So, let's see. Is it maybe like over here? There is this kind of little breakfast nook back here. I'll have to kind of see exactly where it's at, but we'll kind of move it around, and then once I get a better shot of the kitchen, then we'll definitely look in there. This fireplace does have a mirror above it. So let's see. It's not white though, so we want it all brown. This still looks a little bit too modern. The door has a laundry hall space. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So probably, is there the laundry room? Is this kind of like cut in half almost? So there's a laundry space here on the left and then the breakfast nook on the right. It's been a very long time since I've actually watched this show. And give me a second. There's about a 30-second delay from when I'm talking to actually showing up on YouTube. So give it just a second here. All right, slowly but surely, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just waiting for it to catch up for me to be able to answer your questions here. There's no wall for the table and chairs. Okay, so it's all just like one room then. So it's, if I just kind of scoot this over, there's a, I see what you mean. So there's not a wall here. Let me just remove this. Is there just a wall that goes along here with, it's like a door that goes into a thin hallway. Okay. All open. All right. Is this looking a little bit better? I mean, obviously we'll have to kind of adjust it a little bit more. We'll scoot this over and fill out this space. We'll have to open this up a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. I'll kind of go back and I'll fix that up just a little bit later once I can kind of narrow it down more. There we go. Okay. So we'll go through with that. Let me look again at these fireplaces. And let's see. This one, it's almost too much, I think. Let me see if this one has kind of a dark brown. I'm still thinking probably this one is going to be our winner in here. It's a little modern, but I think it works best. So let's see. And it looks like on the mantle they've got like little flowers or something on here too. Oh no! Lovely Lapras, there will be this will be up for a replay as well, so you can go back and watch the parts that you missed. So it's not gone forever. Let's see. So it is actually 8 o'clock my time right now, so I might need to actually call it quits for now because I do need to help my husband get the kids to bed. We've got a 3-year-old and our daughter is actually turning 1 tomorrow. So, that's really exciting. So we don't really have a birthday party going for her with the coronavirus going on, but we're just kind of getting together with some family members and celebrating. But I want to kind of go through everything that we went through today. So this is the exterior that we've got so far. It kind of looks pretty good. There's definitely going to be some more tweaking that will need to be done, but this is the start of it. So as we walk in here, I'm going to actually scoot forward because the WASD keys move really slowly. So we'll go through in here. All right, so this is the entrance so far. Let me zoom out just a little bit. We've got a little entry table. This will be like a little living room sitting area over here. And then in here, we've got more seating space. We weren't really able to see too much of this space here, but that's so far. This is the start of the fancy living room area. And then back here, yeah, we'll have to definitely check out this fireplace situation, whether it's a china cabinet or a fireplace. It's definitely a fireplace in episode 1. But yeah, I'll kind of look more into some other episodes too and go from there. And then in here we've got the nook and then the start to the kitchen. It's definitely not done yet, but this is what we've got going so far. So I'm pretty excited on how this is looking. I think it's going to turn out looking really awesome. I am going to put a stop motion together for it as well, so make sure to check that out. And then yeah, I have another renovation video coming on Monday, and then also just a little sneak peek. I am also working on Ozark from Netflix as well. So I'm building the house from Ozark, and it's turning out really good so far. But yeah, I'm hoping hopefully this one will be done this week or by next weekend. This one's pretty intricate, so it might take a while. But yeah, I think this went really well for my second live stream. I'm still kind of figuring out all of the tweaks and everything. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments on the video after this, and then I will try to get back as soon as I can. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and we'll go ahead and